Hello everybody, it's Dusty Sage and I'm running to my car. I drive a little vehicle, a little Fiat, and you all are going to join me on this journey through the Disneyland Resort for Halloween time. That is Scott Solo sitting next to me. Scott, do we have seat belts or anything?
We do.
All right.
Buckle right
Here,
to
I'm going to let
left.
you. We buckle right to left or left to right,
Safety
however it looks
first.
on the screen. I'm so excited about this. We have so much to show everyone today. I've been in a lot of parks in the last 2 days. 2 days ago, we were at Universal Studios. I went live. Yesterday, I was at Knott's Berry Farm live again. You were there last night for the big reveal. Article is up right now on my chat. Today is the start of Halloween time at the Disneyland Resort. So there's a lot of Halloween going on next week. I will take you to Orlando for the first night of Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, and then Food and Wine Festival. So many things to do. I'm turning this around. We're going to enjoy this ride, Halloween version of Luigi's.
Halloween haunt.
Da da da, honking Halloween.
This is one of those sneaky fun rides.
It is a really fun ride. It is a very slow loader. Very slow. It's sitting here. They could have done a whole nother round of cars in the amount of time that we've been sitting here. But I like to start the videos when we can on a ride. So I've been waiting for the last 20 minutes for this so that you all don't have to wait. Here we go. Did Suzanne get a car? Yeah, the gimbal does not like this. There she is.
I love this ride. This one is made.
My favorite is the line dance at the end. Here we go, we're gonna spin. Hands up!
Please remember to take all of your lovely things and watch your step as you exit.
All right. You know what would make this video even better? Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi.
Did you enjoy your spin?
I
Luigi?
did.
It's a honking Halloween. Aye. Thank you. It was lots of fun. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that little surprise ride for you all. Took a little preparation on our end, but we made it work, and thankfully, they let us use the video stabilizer, which was having some trouble. Here comes Lightning in his Halloween costume. Try and show you all there.
And you. I sure hope it's Halloween.
Lightning McQueen. So Lightning's going to go do a meet and greet over here at the Cozy Cone. Sometimes you see Mater, he's dressed as a vampire. Do like little Luigi here, dressed as the Hunchback. Get him from a distance there for you. The Hunch Car, Notre Dame. Down here at Cars Land, it's all decorated for a Honkin Halloween. This is one of my favorite things in the Disney parks. Don't you guys just love Cars Land? I mean, this is true Disney creativity. There's no reason why they can't do something fun like this in San Francisco or Pixar Pier.
Yeah.
What
San
about
Francisco would be amazing.
what about for you, Scott? A Star Wars Halloween? Could they do it?
Yeah, I'd love to see it. There are definitely some Star Wars stories that have that horror element.
And they do usually a Halloween droid of some sort as a merch.
Yeah, they can bring it in.
At night, these windows have eyeballs that move. During the day, you see the cones make teeth. And in here's Stanley in his witch hat. I wish we could ride Radiator Springs Racers, but it doesn't have any Halloween anything and a long line, so we're not going on that one. We are going to walk all the way down Route 66 here. Look at some of the fun things, this tower of tires. Really cool Dia de los Muertos car. There is even an offerenda inside to Doc Hudson. Radiator Springs Curios has a million funny things on the roof. Tarot cars, Happy Halloween, Bouvinieres. The wonderful garlands up over the street. Cobwebs and eyes and teeth made out of tires and cones. And this wonderful spider car here. That looks familiar to you because it's from Mr. Toad. Just dressed up to look like Halloween. Some construction still going on back here. Been going on for a long time in front of the Cozy Cones. They're redoing, we believe, the pavement, possibly some sewage or something underneath. We're not sure why it's taking so long. But that green wall is hiding all of the seating. The cones are still open. Trunk or treat? Is it trunk or treat?
Both?
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 It's a trunk and a treat. We can't get through here because that's a meet and greet of the other side. Lots of lines, so we'll back out. So we were here bright and early today for a press event. They had us looking at the new merchandise and food. Suzanne, have you had a chance to look at any of the new foods for Halloween yet? And is there anything on your not to miss list?
Today I tried the hoopla wrap at Bengal Barbecue.
How was
it's a wild boar sausage.
Really wild boar
It's-
for real?
That's what it said. It was tasty, but very messy. I think I wiped all the sunscreen off my face already.
Oh, wow.
I also have the Halloween gingerbread cookie this year, which is a pumpkin instead of the zombie.
But it's still flavored like gingerbread. It
Yes.
just looks like a pumpkin.
Yes.
A few things we'll look at here really quick. The wonderful blue and orange lights in the trees. Spiders made out of distributor caps and things. On the other side is a pumpkin patch made out of gas canisters. Wonderful, wonderful. Look at that. So clever. I really do just love this. And they change things up every once in a blue moon. Like, for example, they had movie posters up last year. There's a new one this year. So I believe they had this one last year. I'm not quite sure. There was a double feature one last year. Hocus Pocus, we remember for sure. I think the Holland Mansion is new. And Escape to Hitch Mountain. Of course, all of these are homages to Disney films. The decision for me was between Tow Mater's and Luigi's, and I chose Luigi's. I really love that the soundtrack for both of these rides changes up for both Christmas and Halloween. And this little photo op with the tractor here, he looks like a mummy for Halloween. Brilliant. Yep. They also have these bat wings to Tow Mater's sign, which is a lot of fun. And then at the end there, he's pulling a hitch and it says Graveyard Jamboree. Fillmore's gets some scary ghouls. And they add some undead car parts here from the car graveyard that is all around us, the junkyard. Even the wind turbine up there has scary faces on it. See those?
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Throughout the queue for Tomators are graveyard. The tombstones are all made out of the front of different cars, grills. And at the front of the land here, the sign that you see in the cover of this video, Cars Land sign, redone for Halloween, and all of the letters have different images from Halloween. There's the little witch car there. The Scarecrow Witch. Moisturize those lips, Scott. You need to be kissable on these videos. That's right, one lucky viewer gets kissed with your moisturized lips. Is that a trunk or a treat? Trunk or treat, everyone. What do the wait times look like? Radiator Springs Racers, we were just back there. 60 minutes, 35 minutes for Toy Story Midway Mania. Soarin' 45 minutes, only 5 minutes for Little Mermaid. Web Slingers, 40 minutes, 35 for Guardians, 15 minutes Grizzly. Grizzly is 15 minutes.
Grizzly must have just reopened.
On a hot day like this, I'm tempted, but it would ruin the camera equipment. We're going to head straight through to Buena Vista Street and over to Disneyland. Now there is more Halloween here, most of it back in the little corner of the park where they have the Coco stuff, and that is Paradise Gardens. They've renamed it Plaza de la Familia, I think, this time of year. And this year, a few little surprises. The Coco show, which won't start until next month. Well, this is still August.
Yeah.
So next month, August 30th it starts.
Next Friday.
The Coco show will start, and it's changed up a little bit. So a new version of the old Coco show, some new songs, not new songs for Coco, but new for the show. And new costumes, 2 narrators instead of 1. It looks great. They're still having the Miguel puppet, but the alejibres are like giant kites on sticks, and they're flying up above the show. Very clever. Looking forward to seeing that. Always been one of my favorite Halloween shows. You guys just did a different Halloween show here in the park. Back in Hollywoodland, it's, what is it?
Mickey's Trick and Treat show inside the Disney Junior Theater. It's really fun. It's been at Oogie Boogie Bash the past few years. So if you've seen that, it's pretty much the same show, but it's great now because it's open to day guests. And you can come in, and it was packed. Everyone wants to do it. It's a really fun show, high energy. You get the Fab Five coming out, well, actually 4 of them. With a host kind of there playing. They tell a spooky story, and there's a lot of dancing, so bring your kids. They can dance right up in front for a good 12 minutes. I danced from the floor.
And did Suzanne dance? Suzanne, how did you dance?
I'm better at skipping.
It's a fun show.
I couldn't go see the show because I had to get in line for Luigi's, but we're dividing and conquering as one does at Halloween.
Very long, 12 minutes.
Now here's the big question for you all. To Oogie Boogie or not to Oogie Boogie, it's a very expensive event. Tickets sold out right away. It was a tough decision to make, but you didn't have too long to make your decision because the popular nights sell out pretty quick, although this year maybe took a little longer to sell than in years past, but they added a lot of nights, and the nights closer to Halloween are much more expensive. So what did you decide? Did you Oogie or did you not Oogie?
I am Oogieing.
You are going to Oogie.
October, yeah.
You're going to Oogie in October.
Yeah, I got
all right.
Peer pressure.
You're going to give up on rent for a month. And Suzanne, to Oogie or not to Oogie?
Not Oogieing.
No Oogieing. And
No.
instead of Oogie, what are you going to do instead?
Just come to the park and watch all the people in their costumes.
The stuff that doesn't cost extra. That's a good way to go. I will Oogie. I'm going to do something very bougie. I'm going to do an Oogie VIP I am with some friends from Florida, my travel agent who's making it possible for me. We're just gonna peek. There's a lot of reflection in the windows here, but they have some new Hocus Pocus merchandise that I like the style of a lot. There's even a dress. She's got this cape. And then look at this wonderful art for the Sanderson sisters. It's a lot of fun. This is the version of the actual Sanderson sisters. This is a version with Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle playing the popular characters. I would like to see an animated version of Hocus Pocus using Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle. I think it would be a lot of fun. The windows are all decorated, skeleton dance style. Suzanne, when you bought your gingerbread cookies today, did you get them from the Grand or from one of the bakeries?
Oh no, from the Grand. I think only the Grand has the Halloween pumpkin gingerbread.
And is it worth it? Like, why are you were waiting and waiting to do this?
Yeah, because the Halloween zombie gingerbread men were my favorite. This Halloween pumpkin tasted good, but I don't have to get it again. I don't know if it's just because of the shape.
Is it the skeletons that make it taste so good?
It is. I'd rather become a zombie than become a pumpkin.
Well, there's some logic there. I don't know if it's great logic, but it is logic. Jim? We were looking to see if they cleaned off Oogie after our video last week when we showed you. They did clean it, but only up to a point. You see where his eyes are? We're gonna zoom in. They only cleaned him up as far as they could reach, and then everything like mid-head above is still dusty. Oh my gosh, come on Disney. Just use a pressure hose. Oh my gosh. Water balloons. That solves everything. Can you believe it was just 15 minutes ago that we were riding that ride? It seems like yesterday. We've seen so much already. One thing we don't see is that giant tower from the Pixar Fest from this summer, but it makes me wish that there was some big tower of pumpkins or something here. It now feels empty to me in this space, this big giant empty space between the parks. Yep, it'd be nice to have some trees or anything here, but yeah, I love the idea of doing something. So while we're walking over and waiting to get into the park, what were the highlights from last night's Knott's event? I'm going to have you walk to this side of me so they can hear you a little better.
I would say the revealing of the new mazes was really cool.
Two new mazes.
Two new mazes, Widows and 8 Fingers 9, which is kind of like an original take on Boogeyman, but set back in 18th century colonial America. So it was pretty neat. Looks really scary. The Widows one, very creepy. Daniel Miller talked about it's his new maze, and this is his 27th maze, I think he said.
Wow.
That he's designed for Not Scary Farm. Lots of cobwebs.
Here's what I like about it. It takes place in an old folks home.
It does. It's very
where the
funny.
Black Widow spiders are casting webs around the old people to consume them or control them. Suzanne, you got me? Back are the pumpkins, giant pumpkins. And so aside from the Boogeyman one, so he comes to you in your sleep, and then the one where they're turning old people.
He eats your fingers first, and it gives you sleep paralysis, and then they just feasts on you. Very creepy.
It's very specific.
Yeah.
The big news for me is sort of the return of Elvira.
Yeah, Elvira is going to be at the Walter Knott Theater in an experience. You've seen this a lot around, like everything is an experience now. Just like at D23, there were a lot of experiences on the show floor. This is kind of the same thing where they're highlighting every show from the past 20 years that she's done there with videos, behind the scene footage, memorabilia, all in the Walter Knott Theater. And there's 3 select days where Cassandra Peterson will be there at Not Scary Farm. I think it's September 19th, October 18th, and 20th to do autographs.
I don't know how you memorized that, but I will say it's something to call it the Elvira experience when she's not even there.
It's an experience. That's what experience is.
And on the night she is there, she's
just
events. Signing autographs somewhere else.
Yes, somewhere on property, Q&A, meet and greet type of thing.
We need to get into a different line because this one is not moving. One of the problems with how we handle tickets in the park these days is you're not validated before you get here necessarily. So when people have trouble with their passes up front, you get stuck or they need to have their pictures taken, etc. It really should find ways of having special lines for people like that to go when they need assistance. We're cutting across. We're cutting across. There we go. Thank you, Scott. Using his noggin there. I'm going to let Suzanne go in front of me. She has my ticket.
You're not going to use your magic hands?
Marceline Totten was just saying we picked the wrong line.
We did.
And we did. I was busy talking and not paying attention. I got in the line and was having the trouble. They're still stuck back over there. New to the front of Disneyland for the season, but not new. The Mickey floral, that is. You can see him there in the distance. Scott's tapping in like a pro. Suzanne also going to tap in like a pro.
And then this is.
And I am not. I am not.
Pretty soon they're going to have the new turnstiles.
Oh, soon. She was just saying new turnstiles are coming soon. It'll be all digital. Yikes. I'm gonna take a look here. You can still hear Oogie from across the way. I do like this version of Mickey. I like it when they do Minnie Mouse too for Women's History Month.
Yes.
One year they had the Mickey for Halloween made out of pumpkins, little pumpkins, gourds and things. It's a warm day here. It's almost in September and it's still hot. But it'll cool down tonight. We have fireworks tonight at 9:30. Mickey's, not Mickey's, what do they call it? Halloween Screams. I'll be there screaming, 9:30. And if all goes well, I'll be able to do a second live tonight. Make sure that you make this live worth our while with your likes and comments and shares. And then if it makes sense, I'll do one tonight at 9:30. We're gonna try and hear some Dapper Danning over there. They're doing their Halloween set. I heard them do the song from Little Mermaid, Ursula the Sea Witch song earlier.
Boys and girls are of the age. Wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see. This starts out of Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween. Everybody make a scene. Trick or treat till the neighbors die fright. It's our town. Everybody scream. In this town of Halloween.
There's our taste of the Dapper Dans. Been changing out some of the Dans recently, it looks like. Some new people joining the troupe. Suzanne, I am so happy to see the orange bunting back up on the buildings. We had no bunting for the summer.
Yeah, it looks great. And same as Buena Vista Street, a lot of purple and black bunting.
Well, turn around and look at the big Mickey pumpkin here as well. There he is. Two different faces on him, depending on which side of the pumpkin you're looking at. Oh, nice shady street. This is the right time of day. Pumpkin parade. I love looking at the pumpkins up above on Main Street. Elvis pumpkin is one of my favorites. I'm going to zoom in, let y'all see Elvis. There he is.
He has glitter in his hair.
Well, of course. This one is the one that looks like Scott. A little bit like Scott Solo. Just smile. Look at us and make that grin. Same. I mean, you should sue them.
Uncanny.
Yeah. It is uncanny. Have you found any of the Halloween merchandise you can't live without this year? Either one of you?
There's a couple things that I've lived without so far, but I've tagged them in my memory.
Okay.
Couple sweaters.
Tonight
There's a
you
lot
all
of merch
may
that
see
are-
me in a spirit jersey I just purchased.
Oh.
I
Suzanne,
do
anything
not
you're gonna
buy anything anymore other than food. So,
So it's all about the food.
yeah.
All right. We did see something interesting on Buena Vista Street earlier. I didn't stop to look for it on our way out, but one of the banners that you see on the light post here on the left, they do something very similar over at DCA, but with purple and bats. And one of them had collapsed down and hit the ground. Not the whole light post, just all of the bunting and the bat had fallen all the way to the ground. But the bats are made out of metal, and Scott said,
What?
somebody could have been killed, could have sliced their head off. But nothing is more Halloween than somebody losing their head every once in a while.
Off with their head.
Yes. We're not going in to see the Children of the Corn, but I am going to make proper mention of them because it is Halloween and they're in their Halloween outfits. And we've covered them a lot here on the video in the last couple of weeks since they got their little Halloween outfits on. Do you see a new bucket? We'll take a look as we go through the park. Is that new? Yeah, that's fun. Nice. So it's Haunted Mansion on one side with the Hitchhiking Ghost and Madame Leota on the other. That's wonderful. How do the wait times look over here before we head off? Scott, we're losing you?
Yeah, I've got to take off.
Scott, thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be
we
here.
still have Suzanne with us, and we're going to head off
Have
without
a
Scott.
spooky night.
Yeah, we will have a spooky night. Thank you for joining us so far.
I can go.
Taking a quick look at the wait times here. 5 minutes for Star Tours. I'm so tempted. 5 minutes for Small World, the scariest ride in the park if you ask me. 40 minutes for Indiana Jones, 10 minutes Buzz Lightyear, 5 minutes Autopia. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, temporarily closed. Alice, 30, Astro 15, Jungle Cruise 10, 5 minutes Mad Tea Party, 10 minutes Snow White's Enchanted Wish, 5 minutes King Arthur's Carousel, 30 minutes for the subs. Not a bad day.
Yeah.
Millennium Falcon's at 30 minutes. You know, of the announcements at D23 Expo, we've not spent a lot of time talking about Millennium Falcon. Not one of my favorite rides, but I love it that they're adding the Mandalorian and Baby Grogu
Yes.
to that ride. So a whole new story. Just taking a look at Walt and his pumpkin friends underneath, and I'm pondering something here, Suzanne. You care to ponder with me?
I know. Why do they still have the same pumpkin?
I know, there's some mismatched pumpkins. For example, Adventureland features Tarzan, but his treehouse is now the Swiss people. It would be better if this was maybe Tiki Room related in some way, or piranhas from the Jungle Cruise, or
Definitely
something like that.
that is still in the park and
Yep.
that will still continue to be in the
New Orleans Squares, Jack Skellington, that makes sense. Woody and Frontierland, I suppose that makes sense. Winnie the Pooh is Critter Country. I think Critter Country is going away, so this
Yes,
would
so
become Bayou
Bayou.
Country. They'll need to make that Tiana. Tinkerbell and Fantasyland, Roger Rabbit for Toontown, and who's in Tomorrowland? Buzz Lightyear in Tomorrowland. So what's missing?
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge. One whole entire land missing, and by the placement of these pedestals, they're definitely a big giant space here. They just need to shift them all a little bit, make room for one more pedestal.
It's orange. It's perfect for a chopper.
Yep. They could definitely make room for Galaxy's Edge. Also, to swap out Bayou Country for Critter Country, and maybe something a little better for Adventureland, although they have characters like, you know, Buzz Lightyear, whatever, in each land. Woody, there's no Woody ride in Frontierland. So I guess that it makes sense for Tarzan to be in Adventureland regardless.
Well,
But he did lose his treehouse.
he did.
He didn't pay the mortgage. So a lot of good Halloween treats here at Jolly Holiday.
Yes, most of them were not available for mobile order, so you have to stand in line to get them. Like the pumpkin macaron, and there's some kind of cheesecake there,
I
special.
always thought that was weird. So they have mobile order, but then you can't get the things you want on the mobile order. So you have to wait in line anyway.
Yes, I guess they want to make sure that they have it for the people standing in line
Can't they
for
just
the advertised things.
Set a limit and
Yes,
I don't
I
know.
would think they could do that.
One would think. Still have the walls up over here, the never-ending problem with the bathrooms. Men's restroom, they tore out the fountain and all of the pavement below when a pipe burst. It's taken them well over a year now. They haven't figured out how to fix that.
There's a special Dole Whip inside Tropical Hideaway, monster theme, but
Really?
we looked at it earlier and the color is just very unappetizing. It's a funky, maybe Mike Wazowski-ish green, like the liquid is green.
Oh, what's the flavor? Ooze?
I'm not sure if it's just regular Dole Whip, and then they put the green juice, and then they had 2 green leaves that look like monster horns.
Interesting. I am sweating away. I was hoping it might cool down a little bit before the live today. It's been a long day, so we had an early morning. And I did spend a little bit of time sitting in the cinema on Main Street. Nice air conditioning in there. And just before I got in line for the live, I went over to Flo's for a second to set up the video. Air conditioning was lovely in there. So all the influencers were at Knott's last night. This morning we had breaking news from Universal that they're going to do a whole new event called Fan Fest, which has been described to me as being a lot like Halloween Horror Nights, but without the horror mazes. So they're taking some fan favorite franchises like Back to the Future, Star Trek,
And
Dungeons and Dragons.
D&D.
But there will be other things as well. Those are just the first 3 that they're announcing.
I hope there's an ET something.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes.
And they're able to create immersive experiences. So think like maze type of things, or rooms that they recreate sets or scenes from various movies, interactive elements, and that will be part of this event next year.
Yeah, I might go to that.
I think I will definitely go to that. I really like the idea of a Star Trek theme. So should we just peek our heads in real quick? I know we lose a lot of signal back here in New Orleans Square, so just peek our heads into the Port Royal shop, because they have a lot of Halloween type stuff and Haunted Mansion type stuff in here. You'll keep an eye on the video and let me know if we lose our stream. This is the season to see new stuff in here. This is cute. Light Up Zero. I don't know what this is, just a decoration or a sipper or something. No, it's just a decoration. But he's obviously lighting up. I like that. Look at this giant Jack Skellington bag on this model here. And it's too crowded in here for us to stay, so we're gonna exit table. This new, that's nice.
Oh yes, these giant bags are all the rage right now.
Big bags are the rage. So those little tiny Loungefly are out, and now it's all about big giant bags?
Apparently they had these in the past, and these are the current versions. There's a Baymax one, Stitch, Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, and that Jack Skellington so far.
Mein goodness.
Go back there at Royal Street Veranda, there's pumpkin spice fritters I want to try.
Okay, I had those last year. So good.
Oh, okay.
They're really good. The pumpkin spice fritters or the beignets, which do you go for? Right now, they're doing a much better job with the fritters. Their beignets are kind of soggy, but the pumpkin spice fritter was amazing. Crusty on the outside, it had a dipping sauce. Yumma. Something new in here?
Tiana's has a strawberry cream beignet.
Really? So they
know,
changed the
normally
flavor.
have
The
one,
lemon.
and the strawberry one as well for Halloween.
Nice. That's what we've all been waiting for. They don't mention it here, I don't think.
But yeah, there's a strawberry one right now.
This is why we bring you along, Suzanne. You're a wealth of information.
When it comes to food.
We're gonna walk through this insanity so we can see the bridge is reopened into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and who knows what or whom we will see on the way. That was just a tease, Suzanne. I don't know if there's anything or anyone there. But very crowded up ahead. This is a rare busy spot in the two parks today because they're queuing people up in the pathway. They're still working on the extended permanent queue.
Oh, there's the new Mickey popcorn bucket.
Is it a totally new one?
Yeah, the Mickey and the pumpkin.
There he is. You see him through all the strollers here. Mickey's holding a little bit of candy. And he's a popcorn bucket. Nice. Are they doing the candy mix-ins still?
They are.
Is that Halloween candies?
I saw one.
Oh, I'm all in.
But no popcorn. It's just the candy and pretzel.
So, although there were all those people up there, there's really very few people in this virtual queue line. Not bad. You managed to get a virtual queue
The
spot.
logs are going.
Oh, all right. I think that they know that we're doing a live video and they wanted us all to see this.
That's the surprise you were talking about.
I said there might be a surprise, everyone. And the surprise is we're going to ride Tiana's. No, we're going to go watch nobody ride Tiana's. I'm going to go the long way here and see if we can see it better from the bridge. Is it open or closed? It looks like it's closed back there, so we'll go the long way.
Still working on them.
Yeah. Was that somebody in the log or just water bottles? Oh, so exciting. I wish I knew that new song at the finale so I could sing it.
Just make it up.
It's gonna be a happy celebration. Let's go kind of like that. See the lights flash? So they're testing out the ride photo capture as well.
I don't know why every front seat has a plastic, aqua plastic.
I'm guessing they're testing out the dynamics of when the splashdown occurs, you know, the weight in the front. Probably trying to calibrate the splash to minimize it. You can hear the characters talking up there.
I hear a song.
Yep, take them down to New Orleans. It's loud.
I love it.
Okay, so that was, Louis the alligator speaking. So we can leave. Oh, nope, there it goes.
Oh, that one didn't have the plastic. Yes, I see that.
Generally, when you hear Louis, he's the announcements that there's something wrong. And Louis is played by Michael Leon Woolley, my friend, and we were both there in Walt Disney World for the opening of their version of the ride. And every time his voice would come on, he would apologize to everybody else on the ride. Not long now. Officially opening early November. Expect at least a month of previews before that. No water on the hill, but you don't need water. We saw the same situation over at Knott's the other day when We were doing our live, you and I,
Yes, yesterday.
and the logs were going, but no water on the waterfall. And I explained that the boats have wheels, same exact ride system here, slightly newer version, but same situation. They do not need the water on the waterfall. So this is all new. This was all torn up just a couple of weeks ago. So all new pavement here. Looks not unlike how it looked before. Something sort of new. I'll zoom in for you.
You have a fan over there. The little boy with the Jen Skellington shirt.
We're gonna go say hi to them. See those posts there? They have hooks on the top. They're gonna be able to string wires and have shade sails so that while you're waiting long line to ride Tiana's, you'll have a little bit of shade. We're gonna say hi to some friends over here that we see sometimes at Walt's Mansion or at Disney events. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
You're doing great?
I'm doing great. Future Imagineer Dave Mickle and future CEO.
Wow.
This is my baby cousin Shyla.
Your baby cousin Shyla. Well, hello. You look like you're straight out of Star Wars land.
Thank you.
That's the perfect outfit for you. Do you like it?
Yes.
Well, that's good. And you're drinking blue milk. Is that your favorite one of the two colors
Yes.
of milk? Yeah. Which one do you like better?
I was hooked. Now, if close attention, this is Tiana's. Where
You're getting excited, aren't you?
They're finished booking. It's almost how many days? When is the ride open?
Early November, and we were just talking about it. Did you see that the logs are going down right now?
Yes. They're testing.
Very super
We got
exciting.
everyone on the way. We got Tom. We got everyone. We got everyone on the ride. We got all the Imagineers on the ride. They're testing it out, and I hope this saves Disneyland.
Oh, me too. I hope it does. Thank you, Mom. I'm
Thank
glad you
you.
guit's stopped so that we could all chat.
We always watch you, Dusty.
Well, and
we love you.
We
so-
love you.
Yeah.
So thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Have a
Take
great
care.
night. Take care.
Oh, it's so nice to see our little friends here in the park. They spotted us and they stopped so that we could stop looking at the logs and they could say hi. Very, very sweet. He is the smartest little boy and really wants to be an Imagineer one day. He's been to so many of the Mice Chat events with the different Imagineers. He's been to Walt's Mansion, stops by and sees us at the Disney Expos. So Suzanne, it looks like Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree is about ready to go. They've got the chairs all back into place. They were all piled up down here.
Yes.
This was all closed last week.
Dusty.
Now it's all reopened. The restrooms are reopened.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
And the shade structures are back. That would be one of the last things they would put back into place, right? Because they're easily damaged. And the chairs are at the table. I do not smell any barbecue,
Nope.
so
I'm
they're
ready
not
to-
testing it today, but oh, I couldn't be more excited for this one. You know who else? Beverly Griggs, one of our contributors, is really chomping at the bit for some barbecue.
Yes.
That's the new sign there. Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree.
I wish they would put the audio animatronics somewhere here, kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, they at least need to have the 3 heads
Yes.
as you exit there, and they should be moving around and talking to people, you know, maybe where you order or something like that. Be a lot of fun. Now it is cooling down. This is at least
Yes.
10, 15 degrees cooler than Adventureland was. Yeah, I'm from the Midwest, and barbecue is a big deal. So when places have barbecue and all it is barbecue sauce, that isn't barbecue.
That's not barbecue.
No, I get very disappointed. But when they take the time to really make a barbecued meat and then they have a delicious sauce or 2 or 3 to choose from, that makes me happy. Some of the best barbecue in theme parks anywhere is at Walt Disney World. They have a great flame tree barbecue at Animal Kingdom. They have the wonderful Regal Eagle at Epcot.
Yeah, that's good. Plus,
And-
Santulli Cafe or Santulli and Pandora.
Yeah.
I love their meat.
Oh, I have never tried that.
Yeah.
I'll have to do that. So I'll be out there next week. But my favorite barbecue at Walt Disney World is in Disney Springs, their version of downtown Disney. It's called the Polite Pig.
Oh.
So good. Usually end up there on my last day of the trip where it's not enough time to go to a theme park, so I'll go to Disney Springs for that last minute, you know, Disney fix before I have to head to the airport, and I'll stop at the Polite Pig. And then suffer all the way home from the spicy, but I just love it so much. Looks like they're down here at Rise of the Resistance. Lots of people just waiting around to be the first to ride when it opens. And sometimes that happens. You and I were walking by here one day and it was opening as we were walking by.
During the live.
I think some of you will never forgive us for not taking you on that ride.
I think so.
I may never forgive us.
Everyone was like, in the live, go on it.
It's funny, Scott, we trying to get in touch with him all day. It was a hot day. And so he's like, nope, I'm hanging out inside in Galaxy's Edge, in the air conditioning. I'm not gonna come join you until the live. And we saw him for the first half of our live. And he's like, nope, I'm out. Too hot, too drippy. I think he said there was something fun, some sort of concert or something he was gonna try to get into. A Harry Potter concert?
Yeah, some kind of Harry Potter music.
I love that.
Okay.
I had lunch in the Three Broomsticks on Wednesday. So I did that live video by myself on the tram. It was a 2-hour video.
Wow.
And afterwards I stopped in to Wizarding World and went to the wonderful Three Broomsticks. They had a vegan option. I don't know why. I really was jonesing for their shepherd's pie, which is very good. And I asked the lady, just by chance, do you have anything that's truly dairy-free on the menu? And she said, yes, we have this vegan shepherd's pie. Well, instead of the meat, it's layered with like mushrooms and vegetables. And on top, instead of the mashed potatoes and butter, they had sliced potatoes. And it came with a side salad. It was very good for a vegan option. I'm not saying I'm becoming vegan, Suzanne, because I don't want you to hurt me, but I'm sometimes eating healthier.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Just take a moment to enjoy the architecture here. There is one funny thing that some of you have heard me talk about in the past. The two Galaxy's Edges, this one and the one at Walt Disney World, are pretty much the same. There are a few differences in the entry areas because there's 3 entrances here and only 2 in Florida. They have this fountain here, which is dry. You can see it's got a grate underneath it where water could go, but it doesn't. It's never had water. I don't even know if it was supposed to. It would be great if it did. They have the same fountain in Galaxy's Edge in Florida, but their version is maybe 1.5 or 2 feet tall.
Does it have the grate for water?
It looks just like this, but it's tiny. Like they just ran out of budget all of a sudden at the very end. No, you can't have your big fountain. But their version opened before ours.
There's a returning food item to Docking Bay 7 starting today.
Okay.
The Endorian roasted chicken salad.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, so I'm glad that's back.
You can still get your tip yip in there.
Let me check. Because they usually have to get rid of something in order to bring something back.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
This poor guy, all he ever does is turn, turn, turn,
Yeah,
turn.
you can still get the tip, yeah. I think they removed something that was spicy. Wasn't there something spicy there?
I don't know.
recently?
4 years since this land opened, I have looked up there and imagined what could possibly be up there.
It reminds me of like Jabba's sail barge.
I mean, clearly there's a huge amount of space up there. It was probably supposed to be something, and all they did was end up putting a curtain on it. But now that things are starting to change in the Disney parks and they're starting to make announcements for areas like Avengers Campus, which is newer than Galaxy's Edge. Avengers Campus will have gone from 2 rides, the Guardians Mission Breakout ride and the Spider-Man ride, to 4 rides in a very small space. We do wonder what will happen here at Galaxy's Edge. It's only a matter of time now before some of all of this empty space up above there that we just saw, down below here that we're about to see, and a number of the buildings in this back section of the land, all empty. Right here, Ray and Vi Marati.
Great.
15-minute wait for the Millennium Falcon. Still one of the most popular things in this land is Oga's Cantina. It's a shame they can't expand it or build a second cantina or open that dinner show that we've been promised from the beginning. That show ended up more or less being moved to the Galactic Star Cruiser, which is now closed, so perhaps they can just take the ideas from the Galactic Star Cruiser and open that restaurant for us here in Galaxy's Edge. With the opera singer and the food and the whole shebang. They could even kind of do like they did with Space 220, 320. Space, the final restaurant. These are the voyages of Space, the restaurant at Epcot. But you get into what it looks like an elevator and then the door opens and you're on a space station. But they could do something like that here where you're taking a shuttle to a fancy dinner restaurant in space. Space Wars. Little stormtrooper over here with Jasmine. Cute. Cute. We're taking our stroll at a leisurely pace. Loth cat over here. Never come between a man and his loth cat.
He's hungry too.
We're taking it easy, a nice leisurely stroll. Not our usual frenetic pace, because it's hot. And to keep Suzanne comfortable, I go at a slow pace and I find shade. I hope you appreciate what I do for you, Suzanne.
Always.
Yeah, Debbie says they need a cantina band. I agree, they need a cantina band in Oga's, but even out in the land, they just need strolling musicians, people playing weird musical instruments that are just wandering around, fake shopkeepers with carts that they're pushing through the land as they sing and call out to people or tell people to go visit their shop in the marketplace. They just need that interactivity. It takes money to do that, and that's why that doesn't happen. They've already been cutting the entertainment budgets throughout Disneyland. So if we were to get more entertainment in Galaxy's Edge, chances are it would come from things like the Dapper Dans that we saw earlier, or other roving musicians in other parts of the park. So to be careful what we ask for. Definitely think they should have just budgeted into the land to begin with. Get more people back there, open up more restaurants that make them more money, and some of that money should go towards entertainment in the land.
Frontier is Star Wars.
It is, aside from the heat, gorgeous here today. These beautiful blue California skies. No wind, a little bit in the tops of the trees. Good reason I'm looking. Fireworks tonight. First night of Halloween Screams fireworks. The one sure way for fireworks to be canceled is wind. This is one of the few types of weather we get here in California. We get wind. Fire. Occasional mudslides.
mudslides.
Earthquakes. We get those.
Those have been happening quite frequently.
Yeah, a little disturbingly so.
Every time you're at an upper floor, of a
Why-
hotel room, maybe
why
you
is
should
it?
Stop staying at hotels.
I have been, there have been so many media events and things lately. I've been having to stay in hotels here in Anaheim because I don't live local anymore. And every time I've been in a tall hotel in the last 2 months, there's been an earthquake. Not huge ones, but 4.5-ish type earthquakes, which are enough to shake a tall building. I say tall building because the higher up you are, the more you feel the vibration and the longer you feel it. Coming from Kansas, I can handle a tornado. Earthquakes still freak me out. So the team knows we have a private chat for the crew, and I'll always, did anyone else feel the earthquake? You have half the people say, no, I didn't feel anything. Here we are, Fantasyland. It's a good spot to look around and see how crowded it is. This is a big pinch point up ahead. Traffic's moving. It's crowded but moving. That's good. There's a long line for Mr. Toad. Why do I desire to ride Mr. Toad's Wild Ride? I do.
You
Feel like getting hit by a train? Why, yes, Suzanne. Who wouldn't want that?
I mean, it's interesting to see how crowded it is because today's the first day without the 5:30 parade.
They're doing something instead of the parade. So yesterday was the last day for Magic Happens.
Yes.
And
For this year.
right, until they announce when it's coming back or if it's coming back. It'll come back, we're pretty sure. But there is no parade here at Disneyland. Instead, oh, here comes the Wicked Stepmother. And
Watch where we are going.
love it. They're doing a cavalcade instead of the parade right now. The cavalcade is nice. It's no parade, but there's a few units with a lot of characters, and they're focusing on rare characters and villains. Still have some princesses. Moana, I saw, was in the omnibus.
And it's nice to see all the new Halloween costumes on the characters.
Yep. Suzanne, what do you think about a Halloween version of It's a Small World where the children of the different countries are all dressed as zombies and skeletons?
I think it should just be all children of the corn in there.
It's a Small Children of the Corn. Oh my gosh, you should have been an Imagineer.
It's a world.
Kid over here is wearing a Fortnite shirt. Disney is getting involved in Fortnite in a big way. 30-minute wait for the Matterhorn mountain. Yes, wonderful. It's a great way to get a free back adjustment.
Oh, there's new food over there at Edelweiss. It's
What
the
they would have?
cheesy garlic bread with a bratwurst in it.
So they finally done the thing that
Yes, that everyone's
TikTok
been
has
doing.
been telling you to buy the cheesy bread and then go over to Bengal Barbecue and buy a meat skewer and put it in the bread.
Yes,
Now Disney's doing their own version with the bratwurst in it. It sounds delicious, actually.
it does.
Sounds heart-stopping, but delicious. Enjoy the view, Suzanne. It's our moment of zen here. Sun is starting to go down in the sky. The beautiful waterfalls. Cinnamon toasted tacos on the floor. The wind is now blowing cool. So at the beginning of the video, I was complaining about how I'd hoped it would cool down. Now we're almost at the end of the video, and it is cooled down. So
Are you
this is
too
the match.
cold now?
I'm too cold. I'm too hot. I'm too cold. Where's Goldilocks to help me find just right?
Ducks inside of the...
Everybody's stopping to look at the ducks too. The duck parade. They should do the electrical water pageant on the lagoon at night. Ducks.
I count 15 ducks out there.
I'm Suzanne, and I can count to 15.
Thanks to count.
I love to count. 1 duck. 2 delicious orange ducks. 3 crispy golden ducks. Beautiful views. And as we wander towards the last moments of this video, instead of taking you someplace that makes me sad, which is Tomorrowland, which Disney may never do anything with, we're going to take a right turn in Albuquerque, and we're just going to wander around the Matterhorn here to Matterhorn Way, which is quite pretty. We'll wrap up there. This is the last of our videos that will occur on a Friday. I think from this point out, they're going to be on Thursdays. I'm still not 100% sure of that for next week. I have to figure it out. I have a flight to Orlando on Thursday, so we'll see if I'm there in time. I'll start it there, and then you all can take over for me here. Or we may still try to do it on Friday. I will be at Halloween Horror Nights in the middle of a tour, but I will be able to take you all live from that tour and into some of the mazes, and then you all can take it away before it gets too scary, because I don't want to scare people. I don't want them to be scared. I mean, a wonderful view all the way around this mountain, isn't it? Wouldn't it be fun if there were like a little coffee shop or somewhere in here where you could look at the mountain and enjoy some pastries and a coffee?
I wish they still had the mountain climbers.
Yes. Different versions of that show over the years. I remember as a little boy, the mountain climbers and their Lederhosen going up the mountain, and then later on, Mickey used to climb the mountain. Finally, Goofy used to climb the mountain, and then he'd get up there and find, oh, Mickey already was up there. Mickey took the elevator.
No, it was Pixie Dust from Tinkerbell.
No monorails, though, because they're closed for refurbishment, I believe. That was lovely. There we are, Suzanne. Mountain climbers, Dusty Sage and Suzanne Lee. We're just getting ready to climb all the way to the top of that mountain. So we just want to say, Alvita Hussein, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for another Mice Chat Live. Lots of information coming your way in the coming weeks. Of course, we'll have an updated article for you in the morning from Halloween time here at the Disneyland Resort. You can also find all the information about Knott's Scary Farm for this year, including those 2 new mazes. The one that I'm going to be in, the old folks home with the spiders. Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, both here and in Florida. Lots going on. We also wrote a neat article about Six Flags, their most ambitious Halloween ever, and we've been invited to the opening night of their event as well. So we have a lot of stuff to cover for you. Please continue checking in daily on Mice Chat. If you haven't done so already, on the right-hand side of Mice Chat on the front page, there's a spot where you can enter your email to be included in our email blast, so you can find out more when we announce those tours at Walt's Mansion, which start next month, and some events coming up for Christmas time with some different Disney authors, historians, and legends. Lots going on through the end of the year. And then in February, Gumball Rally returns, and this year it's a murder mystery. It's a Disney California Adventure murder mystery. Did Mickey kill Clarabelle Cow with a churro on the fun wheel? We'll find out at Gumball Rally on February 8th, I think, or 6th. Anyway, those tickets are available for sale now. You can visit micechat.com/rally for more information about Gumball Rally. Put your team together now and get ready to join us for something unique and really, really fun this year. And that concludes this edition of the Mice Chat Live. We'll be back with you again real soon from someplace perhaps a little bit spooky, and then we'll take you someplace kooky. Bye, everybody. See you again real soon.